My next guest worked with the royal family for well over 20 years, first as a footman for Queen Elizabeth II, before becoming Princess Diana's personal butler. Now, Paul Burrell is sharing what it was like working with the royal family in his new book, The Royal Insider. And you really were the royal insider, Paul. This is written with huge affection to two women who were so important in your life.
Well, people don't realise, do they, that I stood beside the Queen,
Yes.
Elizabeth II, for 11 years before I moved on to Diana. They know me about my relationship with Princess Diana, but not with the Queen. So I thought, now that she's passed, there's a whole generation of people that are growing up that never knew Diana.
Yes.
So I wanted to put my story out there, and it is a story of love for these two incredible, unique, inspirational women of our time.
Because you said the Queen, because your mother died when you were young.
Yes.
And you always said that the Queen was almost like a second mum to you.
She was. And that's hard to believe for most people, but she was. But for 11 years standing beside her, how could I not sort of take that inspiration with me on my journey? She saved me, Lorraine.
She saved you
so many times.
Numerous occasions, didn't she?
She did. She put me back on track.
Yeah, which is a lovely thing to do. Although you were a bit naughty when you got the audition for the... Not audition, I should say the interview.
Yes.
The interview for the job. Because
was.
you have to get the corgis to like you, don't you?
Yes, you do. And that morning for breakfast, I knew I was going upstairs, so we'd had sausages for breakfast, so I wrapped two up in a tissue and put them in my tailcoat pocket. I thought, handy for later. So I go upstairs and she said, "Do you like dogs?" I said, "I love dogs, Your Majesty."
Yes.
Yes. She said, "Let's see if they like you."
Oh,
here's Smokey, here's Shadow, here's Chipper, here's Piper. Five corgis in one hand, four in the other, and a black Labrador called Jade.
Oh, gee.
Down into the garden entrance, out onto the pristine lawns of Buckingham Palace, and I ran behind the greenhouse.
Right.
And they all followed me.
Well, of course they did, because you had sausages in your back
sausages.
pocket.
I could see the net curtain twitching. And I thought, she's watching, she's watching. I gave them all some sausage, ran back, came up. She said, "That's quite extraordinary."
Yes.
They do like you.
The job is yours.
I think I'll keep you.
Oh, we always saw her as the Queen.
Yes.
And I still find it very strange to not think of the Queen. When people say the Queen, it'll take a long time to get used to it, but I always think of Queen Elizabeth. We just do, because she was there all the time. But you got to see her in quiet moments and you got to see that sense of humour and that real kindness, the way that she treated you all.
Yes, she looked after her staff. She looked after everybody that took time and care with her. She took time and care with them. And there are two people. There's the Queen on the world stage and Elizabeth behind closed doors.
Right.
And I'll tell you, Elizabeth wasn't anything like you saw in The Crown. She was kind.
You weren't happy with the Crown?
I wasn't happy.
You weren't happy with the Crown?
No, I love Imelda Staunton and Olivia Colman, but I didn't like their portrayal of the Queen.
Bit icy.
Icy and cold.
Yeah.
And the Queen wasn't. She was warm and affectionate and you'd want her to be your granny.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
I do. And the thing about it as well, what comes across in the book too, was how close your family, obviously because you've got two boys as well as a grandchild, but how close you all were as a unit.
Yes.
But your boys really grew up with William and Harry, didn't they?
Yes, they did. I didn't want to leave the Queen, Lorraine. I wanted to stay there with her.
You did.
But Diana promised me a beautiful cottage in the countryside. We'll be one big happy family.
Yeah.
Come and live with us. So we did. We made that move and that transition. The Queen said, "You're only moving to one side for just a short time, and then when Charles and Diana are King and Queen, you'll be back here at Buckingham Palace."
Oh, wow.
So she had great hopes.
Yeah, so she didn't think that,
No.
she thought they would stay together.
Yes.
Because you were there. You were there when all that breakup happened.
Yes.
You were there when, your whole world collapsed as well, because there you were thinking that was going to be your future. And then, of course, you had to go with Diana.
Yeah.
And leave
it was my
your
life.
home.
My life was so intertwined with theirs that I invested everything I had, my home, my pension, my livelihood, the children's schools, everything. So I had to go with the flow.
Yeah,
I was just part
But
of the
you were
furniture.
there at some really, really crucial moments. Like you say, and I know you've said it before, but she didn't want to get divorced.
No.
She really didn't. She was... She was probably in some ways more a royal than the royals. She was so fiercely protected.
That letter arrived that day, Windsor Castle paper, the Crown. Diana, I've consulted with the Archbishop of Canterbury and with Charles, and we think it's best if you divorce. She said, "Well, didn't anybody ever ask me?" No.
No, they didn't actually.
Nobody
That was
asked her.
interesting. Nobody consulted her.
No.
It was just done.
Yes.
And that was that.
Yeah.
Gosh, it is. I mean, you can't really do what if, but you must sit and wonder what would have happened if she had not
Yeah.
been lonely in a
Yes.
sense and gone into that relationship or gone in with Dodie.
She shouldn't have been there.
No.
Wrong place, wrong man.
I know.
Wrong destination. Everything was
Absolutely.
wrong.
It was.
There was very bad vibes around that. And it happened and changed so many lives in the process, including William and Harry.
Yeah,
because
of course they
I
scarred.
don't think Harry ever recovered from that. You know?
I don't, and you know what? He said something about you,
Yeah.
which I know hurt
Yes.
you very,
Yes.
very deeply.
He did. He went into the courtroom and his affidavit said that I'd been selling his mother's clothes in America for years. And of course I hadn't.
No.
And that was a matter of fact in a courtroom.
Well, that was the Queen that stepped in because you found yourself in a situation, you had some things that you were keeping,
Yes.
that you were given,
Yes.
gifts and all of that,
Yes.
and you'd kept them. And then you were accused of theft.
Yeah, and nobody could
But
save me.
Nobody, well, until the Queen was the one that actually saved you in the end,
I'm
wasn't
sat
it?
there in the Old Bailey and looking up at the Crown and thinking it's Regina versus Burrell, but really it wasn't.
No.
Because Regina came in and saved me.
She did. She
The
said,
only time
no,
in history.
you mentioned it. Because you'd said to her, I've got all these things.
Yes.
That here.
And I've
so-
been stopping things being destroyed. I didn't have a legal right, but I had a moral obligation to the princess to keep her world safe.
Right.
So that's what I did. And whilst her mother was shredding things, and the Queen said, I know, she used to ring me, you know. And I couldn't understand a word she said because she'd had too many drinks.
Gosh.
And the Queen was...
crikey.
That meeting at Buckingham Palace, the Queen stood there for over an hour and a half, and she was very candid and very open with me.
Gosh.
And she said, you know, I understand these families, Paul. I've grown up with them.
Yeah.
And then she said to me the most chilling thing at the end of our meeting. She said, Paul, do be careful. There are forces at work in my country of which even I have no knowledge. Now, that's rather chilling coming from the monarch.
Well, you would think who's sort of in charge of everything. One
You would think.
One would assume.
No, there are things that
that's
she
really
didn't
scary.
know. And that brings me on to when I went to see William and Harry at Kensington Palace.
Yeah, tell me about that.
Well, they said to me, well, we wanted to see you to fill in the gaps.
Right.
We wanted to know what happened those years when we were at boarding school.
Because they were very young, of course.
We weren't there.
Yeah.
So tell us. And I said, well, yes, I wasn't in Paris when the accident happened, but I was there shortly after.
Mm-hmm.
And I told them everything about that. And they said, Paul, you know, there are 3 people sat around this table who truly loved our mother.
Mm.
And I just welled up because I thought, here is Diana's boys acknowledging the fact that I did truly love Diana.
And
I
you did, Paul. You really
did.
did. Sometimes at the expense of your own family, it has to be said. You admit that in the book.
Mm-hmm.
Because you kind of were torn a lot, you know, because you had this duty
Yes.
to Diana, but also the duty to your then wife and your
Yes.
boys.
And sadly, I neglected my family.
think so?
I did.
Yeah.
Because my boys said to me recently, it's in the book, and Nick said to me, Dad, did you ever wonder what happened to us at school? And we were called names. And when you were in court and the press were writing about you, did you wonder we were chased home from school and
jeez.
bullied? And I didn't.
No, well, you wouldn't, though.
I'm putting it right now, though, Lorraine.
Yeah, you are.
I'm putting
You
it
are.
right now.
You very much are. And you're in a good place.
Yes.
I mean, obviously, and thank you for the mention in your book because
there you
you
go.
came on the show to talk very candidly about your prostate cancer.
Changed my life.
And you helped an awful lot of people. And you found happiness in your personal life.
I did. When I
Maybe
came
took a
out.
wee while, but you got
But I truly believe that she sent him.
Do you?
I do. I think she sent him to take care of me because I'm hopeless by myself. I need to be looked after.
Yeah. Well, Coop looks after you.
I'm good at looking after other people. So if,
But not good at looking
if you
after
need a
yourself.
butler, I'm your guy.
Oh, hey, that would... Now, there's an idea. There's an idea. That could actually work very well.
But anybody that loved Diana or the Queen
Yeah.
will love this book.
Yeah, no,
They will.
it is kind of like a love letter to both of them, as well as some very interesting stories. I won't give everything away, for goodness
Don't.
sake, but some very interesting stories about Prince Andrew and Prince Harry
Yes.
and all of that. And one day, like you said, hopefully the family will... It's a fractured family. Hopefully
Yes,
they'll come together.
I hope so.
Hope so. Fingers
I hope
crossed.
so. And I'm going to see you on Sunday night.
Sunday night, we're doing a fantastic thing, aren't we?
We're doing a double act.
We're doing a double act, which is going to be, it's a live event. It's going to be amazing. And Paul's book, The Royal Insider, is out tomorrow. Nothing is off limits, is it?
No.
We're going to have a very interesting
Yes.
chat. Looking forward to it. Well, that's a wrap for this video. We hope you enjoyed it. We have all the best moments from the show right here on the channel. And if you like this video, then we think you'll love this one. See you next time.